keep the marriage. You don't have to worry about that. Today, I love my wife. I don't have to work at it. It's just there. When I am close to God, it's easy to love my wife. I don't care if she gets old. I don't care if she gets wrinkled. No, I see God in her life, and I respect that. So, Fanny, you will also get old, and Rose, you will also get old. But if you are close to God, you will be close to each other. That's just a fact. It's a truth that so many people overlook. And may it be true in your marriage life that you will have God on the throne always, every day. Always ask yourself this question: is God still on the throne of my life? Am I close to Him? Is there nothing in between? Can I speak to Him? Can He hear my prayers? And that's the first point on this seeking the kingdom. That which we are commanded to seek first. The second point is that His train, God's train, filled all the temple. There was not one little corner untouched. His train filled everything in that temple. And Fanny and Rose, you are starting a new life. There are many lessons to be learned. You will get into different circumstances. You will have to get used to that you are going to live together now. You are going to share the very same bed. You are going to share the very same bathroom. You are going to share the very same car. You are going to share everything in the house together. You will have to hang up your clothes, not leaving it on the ground, leaving it on the ground, because you will have to consider your wife. You're not alone anymore. Many lessons to be learned. Many things which you will find out. And just remember that through it all, God is busy covering your whole temple. He wants to possess you. He wants to have you all just for Himself. He wants to touch every little piece of your spiritual life. He wants to have it all just for His glory. That is how it is in heaven. And we will have to get used to it, otherwise we won't fit into heaven. Maybe we will say, but we have been in the church all these years, but when we get to heaven we will be uncomfortable. We will say, oh, I didn't do this at all. But Fanny and Rose, be teachable. Always be prepared to be taught. Always try and learn a lesson out of circumstances. Sometimes it will go well with you. At other times you will be put to the test. Your marriage life will be put to test. I'm telling you that if you are missionaries, the devil will be after your marriage life. And he will try to destroy that. But if God is on the throne, if you are willing to be taught by God, to learn a lesson in any circumstance, to take the good out of everything that happens to you, how can the devil break such a marriage? It's impossible. Fanny and Rose, may it be true that God will be able to touch every part of your marriage life. Then the third thing, all the seraphims, all these angels, they were hiding themselves. They had 6 wings. With 2, they covered their face. With 2, they covered their feet. Only 2 they used to fly and to do their work. I'm very sure of it, that they were so afraid, maybe, to attract any attention to themselves. They wanted desire to see only God. They wanted to be out of everything, so that God could be seen, that God could be appreciated, that God could be glorified. They just hid themselves. And I want to ask this question today here in the church. I don't know if it's allowed in America, but I want to ask it. How can I be irritated with my wife if I hide myself? How can I be impatient with my wife if I'm hiding myself? If I want my partner just to see God and only God in my life. You know, marriage life is where God can open the curtains, rose of your life. If God can open the curtains of your life, and what will you see in each other's life? Will you always be prepared to hide yourself? I mean, how can you stay angry for one day and pretend to be happy? But you say you hide yourself. That's impossible. If we hide ourselves, we will be quick to forgive. We will always be happy. We will always be prepared to be released. There will not be any arguing. There will not be any rebuking of the other in the presence of some other people, like my wife and myself. It works for us. We never rebuke each other in the presence of other people. We always go to the room at a proper time. We pray over it. And we say, oh, my wife, I didn't like that. I don't think it's the way God would like it. Then we can correct each other in a godly way. Then we can do it in private, never in the presence of somebody else. That's to hide ourselves, so that God will be seen, so that God will be glorified and exalted high above everything else in your marriage life. How precious it is if only God can be seen. That is so precious. You know, Fani, if you can just always say, I'm a king. See yourself as a king. Then you will treat Rose as a queen. You see? At exactly the same moment, you are actually uplifting yourself. Because only a king has got a queen for a wife. And just the other way around, Rose, always see Fani as your king. Then you can be a queen. If he's not a king in your life, you are a queen. Always remember that. That is respecting each other.